Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Are You Garbage Comedy Podcast. Please take a second to subscribe to the YouTube channel. That way you get the episodes as they come out. Thanks a lot.
Welcome to another exciting edition of Are You Garbage? The show where you find out if your favorite comedians are classy individuals or absolute trash. Now, here are your hosts, Kevin Ryan and H. Foley.
Hey, everybody out there, and welcome back to everybody's favorite new podcast. This is Are You Garbage? It's the show where we sit down with your favorite comedians and find out if they grew up classy or if, as the Italians say, they are garbaggio. I'm your host, H. Foley, coming at you on a beautiful night here in Astoria, Queens, the world's borough, ladies and gentlemen. You can smell the revolution in the air. My co-host back in New York City. Came right back in the nick of time to save us all, our good pal, Kevin James Ryan, everybody.
Hey, gang, had to vacate the belt of King of the Boardwalk, and I am back to claim the Big Apple, baby. At least for the next 48 hours. A couple of tax purposes I had to get back to take care of, if you know what I mean.
Pick up the mail, make a phone call, grab a shower, or out the door.
Keep up appearances, you know. Let the neighbors know I'm still around. Let them know I'm not in here dead.
I don't know who still runs the block, huh?
Yeah, happy to be here, guys. Thanks so much for listening. If you haven't already, please rate, review, subscribe on iTunes. Also, as you know, the full video is available on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe and check that out. Thank you.
Very nice. And as you folks know, that Patreon is up and a running. And we highly recommend everybody getting on the old Patreon train here at Are You Garbage. And everybody that has signed up, we appreciate it. That's why we're going to kick this episode off right now with some of the subscriber questions that we have in the vault. Kevin Ryan, let's rock and roll. What do you got?
Yeah, guys, first of all, thanks so much. The fucking Patreon, we just launched this week, and it's fucking cooking. Our first goal was 100 patrons we wanted to reach. We're already fucking halfway there. So if you haven't already joined, once we get 100 patrons, I will go to Foley's fucking parents' house, and we're going to do a garbage-style MTV Cribs and fucking see what kind of filth he really did come from. We'll get some eyes on the pool, get a man on the street down there in Bluebell.
We're going to put out the good paper plates when you come, Kippy.
Oh, the wax-covered ones? My
Get
fave.
that car off the lawn. Kippy's coming, Ma.
And brush your hair, you old bag. We got company. Guys, but as you know, so once you do, because we get so many submissions of people sending us questions, we can't get to all of them. So what we're doing is if you join the Patreon, we will read yours on an episode. So that's what we're doing now. We're going to knock out a couple each time. As they come in. So, all right, first one comes from our boy Todd Stout.
Todd, thank you, buddy.
Did a parent ever siphon gas out of another family member's car? And I gotta be honest, yeah.
Without their knowledge?
No. And he says bonus points if he smoked a cig while doing it, and if it was a step kid's car.
I don't ever remember my father turning the car off or putting out his cigarette anytime we went to a gas station.
Oh,
Ever.
Never. I didn't know your dad used to catch Bernies.
Yeah, he's Marlboro Reds.
Ooh.
Nah, what are you talking about? Fucking, you kidding me? Down there gutting it out with Charlie, he was huffing Reds, baby. Doing it right.
The right, yeah. He rode a fucking a horseback. He smoked so many. He traded in all his Marlboro miles to get a fucking thoroughbred. You took that home from Vietnam. I for sure have. My stepdad for sure siphoned gas out of my cousin's car. It was the 90s, so I'm sure there was Winston's either during or if not right before and or right after. And I didn't know what he was doing. He was trying to get the car started, and I look over at one point. He's part of the car at one point. He's got two hoses coming. He's spitting and sucking. It was like a goddamn orgy under the hood.
Have you ever done that? Have you ever siphoned where it got into your mouth a little bit and you had to spit the gas out?
Siphon? What do I fucking look siphon? I'm a fucking white-collar guy. You think I'm siphoning my own gas, dude? I don't even know how to change my oil. What are you talking about, siphoning gas? What? Dude, have you ever met? I only go to full service gas pumps.
So you're telling me you don't know the taste of gasoline, and you ain't
I know the smell.
Yeah, you do.
used to put a couple of drops on my buds to keep them roasting, you know what I mean? Get the high octane stuff.
My parents tell a famous story real quick about our first dog, Mike, which was
oh, dude. What was he, your uncle? Guys, clean up. Uncle Mike's coming over.
I don't know why they named him Mike. German Shepherd.
Because your parents are fucking hillbillies. That's why. They named him Mike and they probably claimed him on the taxes.
Mike Foley. A killer attack dog. But in the late 70s, we had
You get out of here. He's just yelling at everybody from the front porch.
In the 70s, they had a recession, right? So late 70s, my dad was still a Teamster. He was still driving a truck. So he'd be gone overnight. And some poor bastard was trying to siphon gas out of my mom's car out in the front of our house. Fucking German Shepherd jumped right through the plate glass window in the front, chased that dude down the fucking street. My mom had to fucking wake up, run after him, get the neighbors. They caught him, but that dude ain't walking right. I'll tell you that right now.
He in there ain't happy.
Mike had a bowl full of some guy's nuts that night.
All right, this one comes from Deadeye Dave, and I know Foley used to get a bit weird back in the day, so who knows where this.
Shout out to Deadeye Dave.
Have you ever stayed at a sex-themed hotel?
No.
Yeah. Too fancy for you. You couldn't get the scratch together to get the $200 deposit fee.
I've stayed at a regular hotel and sexed it up myself.
Whacked off at every square inch of that Motel 6 room.
Does jerking off in a garage count? Because if it does, what the fuck's a sex like in the Poconos, like a heart shape?
I've done shows at them where I've had to stay. I actually refused to stay because you walk in and that place is sticky, icky, dude. That's a fucking dude. I thought it was coronavirus. That's where coronavirus started, dude. I was afraid to touch a doorknob. I was afraid to touch anything.
Keep the condom on all the time.
But also, if you're going to a sex, dude, and I know because I performed at one, it's fucking, like, they have the heart-shaped tubs, the fucking big martini glass with, hot tubs, all that fucking wacky, weird shit. And it's like, if you're going to one of those, you are fucking trash. And I knew it was going to be trashy because they told me in the email, I can't wear jeans or shoes. I have to wear, like, I guess in their eye, like, slacks and fucking a pair of dress shoes.
If you call it slacks, you're trash.
Trash. My
Chinos too. Chinos is trash.
My dad was a big slacks and dungarees guy. That's a nice pair of dungarees you got there. And he used to call women handsome.
It's a handsome woman right there. That's fucking garbage.
Oh, man. That and Sharp. Sharp was a big one. Ooh, that jacket's sharp. She's sharp. Like, you're fucking weird, dude.
Clean living, baby.
But I'm looking at these people, and they show up in, like, basketball shorts and, like, cut-off T-shirts, and I'm like, I got dressed
get ready
up.
To fuck.
Yeah, I'm like, I got dressed up for these fucking hillbillies who paid to come to a sex hotel.
I've always wanted, when I was younger, and would have fantasies alone in my room at night, I always wanted to go to, like, hedonism or something like that.
It's the ripping and the tearing, baby. The ripping and the tearing. Did you ever see that video? Google it. It's weird. Okay, this one's fucking super funny. This is from Bob Hafner. How many cousins named Heather do you have? Dude, that's a fucking home fucking run.
Oh, Heather is a garbage fucking name.
Dude, I don't have any, but that's fucking hilarious. There should be at least 7 in my family.
I was in love.
He's
I'm
in love with the Heather.
Word love here in fucking elementary school with a girl named Heather.
Where'd she end up stripping? She a dancer now? Where'd she end up? Nowheresville, PA.
She ain't working at Mount Sinai, I'll tell you that. If she is, she's got the Rona. Heather, wow. No Heathers.
Heather's is a tough name.
Yeah, Heathers are really
Heather.
it's a hot girl's name. Heather.
Yeah. Yeah.
Heather's a hot girl's name.
From the wrong side of the tracks, though.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, wrong side
Probably
of the
got touched. Yeah, she fucking do all the. Oh man, Heather babysat you. You know, Heather babysat you, and her boyfriend came over and fucking piped her the second you fell asleep watching fucking Dukes of Hazzard.
Sounds oddly specific, but sure.
Thanks a lot, Derek.
My mom never got that out of the couch either.
You piece of shit.
Like, that was my favorite recliner. You know what else is real trash? Lazy Boy, too. We had a Lazy Boy growing up. That was, you thought you made it if you got a Lazy Boy.
You know, my pop has like a mechanical chair. It's a Lazy Boy, but it lifts him up because of the Parkinson's. It lifts him up and out of the chair. It's like a forklift. It's like a forklift recliner. And it's got a massage. It's got heat. I tell you what.
Go Gadget Goober over there.
That thing, man. Take that thing for a test drive when I was home. I tell you what. Woo! Nothing wrong with that.
Question. This will determine if you're how garbage you are.
Hang on, that Heather one, man. Who was that again?
Dude, Heather's a fucking home run. Bob Hafner.
Oh, Bobby. That was beautiful. Go
Is
ahead.
your dad's Parkinson's chair?
Wait, is this a question?
No, this is mine. Is it leased or owned, that chair?
Well,
Are
Kevin,
you making payments on said chair?
4 more easy payments, and it'll be.
Well,
No,
yeah.
Excuse me. No, it's paid for.
It's
I
prescription.
think it was $1,000 though. It was a jihad.
Ooh, it's more than the car. Half the house.
Got insurance on it too. Geico.
All right, this is from Juan Smith. Shout out to Juan-E. Juan-E. Has a family member ever has a family member ever been assaulted by their spouse at a family reunion, maybe over a card game? Game of Crazy Eights went south, huh? Go fish. You stupid bitch.
What the fuck? Wait, who's playing cards?
What's going on? Sing Sing? Where are you at?
Who's playing cards at a
I don't
family
know.
gathering?
Well, we would. So my family's big Irish Catholic fucking knuckleheads, big boozers. And, no one ever really dealt with any emotions, let's call it.
Mm-hmm.
So we've been playing like board games, you know what I mean? Like down the shore at whatever, like, oh, get out fucking, or cheesy or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Get out the Ouija board and, see if we can talk to Uncle Ned.
Find out where Grandpa buried
his hooch. So and there's been fist fights. Like there's been board games that turn into fist fights.
Parcheesi?
Nah, but between cousins, there's like Apples to Apples was one of them. All that.
Apples to Apples. What the?
Board
Shoots and
game.
ladders? What do you guys all fucking morons?
I don't know.
Play Monopoly like a fucking gentleman, will you? Buy some property. Start leasing the thing. Get your hands on a railroad or something like that.
Get your hands on a Parkinson's chair. Who's going to get that thing when he croaks?
That's the PC.
Dude, that thing's
the
gonna
PC
end up,
uses in Monopoly. He's the Parkinson's chair.
He's zipping around on the chair. Oh, my God.
This guy's cleaning up.
Dude, that thing's going to end up on Craigslist. Hold on, side note. We normally don't talk about a whole bunch of personal, whatever. But my parents were down at their shore house. Shout out to North Wildwood. They were getting new couches delivered. So they were like, you got to get rid of the old couches. You can get whatever. That's how garbage I currently am. Whatever you get for them is yours. We just need
keep them.
You can keep the cash. Just move the units. You know what I mean?
Did you move them?
Woo! Put them on Craigslist for $250.
Wow.
Settled for $2. Now,
got $150.
I got bamboozled by this girl named Gina in Cape May County. I didn't see her coming. She's a shark.
Fucking chicks down here for senior week took me for a ride.
So, yeah. I mean, dude, I'm talking about an all-time low in your life. You're selling your parents' used furniture to other losers on Craigslist. Can you do $225? I'm like, oh, my God.
Holy shit.
All right, let's do one more and then we'll wrap it up and get into the episode.
Very nice.
This was a two-parter. We'll just do one. Have you ever thrown gas on a fire?
Who's this from?
Oh, I'm sorry. This is from Zach.
Zach. Thank you, Zach. Yes, I have.
You just answered that like a fucking congressman. I'm sorry. Who did you think covered the mic? Who was that? Oh, thank you very much for your great question, Mr. Smith.
Yes, I have used lighter fluid to start a barbecue.
Woo.
Yeah, it's the coolest thing ever. Throwing gas on a fire is pretty cool. Pretty dangerous too.
Yeah, man.
Because that shit doesn't go out easily.
Yeah, you get your hands on some gas from like a buddy's, fucking mower or something. Take that, down to the woods. We put it in a squirt bottle, and we didn't realize, and we were squirting it from the squirt bottle onto the fire that we started.
And it went right in.
The stream catches, right?
Mm-hmm.
The thing catches to the bottle. Now the tip of the bottle's on fire. We got a flamethrower, and we're fucking. It's like fucking Running Man down there, dude. We're fucking torching everything. It was fucking dicey.
That's a real garbage question, Zach. By the way, that's where your head would go. Is there a second part to that?
No, he submitted 2 questions, but
all right.
There's one more. This is from Ryan Doe. Shout out to Ryan. Is having 3 gas containers garbage
In the garage? It depends. Does one have the mix in it? If you got the
2-stroke mix, that's obviously fine. But then that still only leaves then 2. Why do you need 3? If you need 3 cans of gas and you're not working at a mower shop or something, there's something up. Something's ain't right. I've never needed one, other than to fill up the weed whacker or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I would say
2-stroke.
Bad news if you got multiple gas cans.
Yeah, they're both half filled. One's got a little water in it, so you can't use it. That's a real trash.
Yeah, don't use the big one. Don't use the big one.
Got water in it. Woo!
Yeah.
Well, that is some garbage questions, gang. The old Patreon. I love it. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, guys.
Great questions.
If you haven't already, please sign up. We're doing a lot of cool shit over there. We're doing weekly bonus episodes of Are You Garbage? We have weekly episodes of me and Foley's other podcast that we used to do called Hard Feelings. And plus we're doing live streams and stuff like that. So go to www.patreon.com/areyougarbage. The link will be in the description of this. Check it the fuck out. We're cooking, baby.
That's right. Now it's time for the episode. Let's fucking go. Gang, we are so excited to have our very, very, very special guest here with us today. This young man performs all over New York City, all over the country. He's been a writer for Joking Off and The Roast of Rob Lowe. Ladies and gentlemen, Brendan Sagalow. What are you shaking your head at?
Bio?
Huh?
You read my bio?
Yeah, I had to read your bio.
It was only 2 sentences.
Yeah, no shit.
Oh, God, I got to get rid of that Rob Lowe thing because here's the thing about that.
It's not true.
I watched The Roast of Rob Lowe.
I contributed a joke to someone who was writing for it. And when I wrote that bio, you know how you just lie? I got to take that off. So I wasn't a writer for the
You're
Rob
this
Lowe.
generation's Rich Voss. I wrote for the Oscars.
I wrote for the Oscars.
Shut the fuck
Hey.
up. Wrote for the Oscars. You owe money to a guy named Oscar. Maybe.
Thanks for doing the
Guess
show,
so.
buddy.
Yeah, buddy. Thanks for
having me.
coming on, man.
I remember this was just a segment on your other podcast.
Yeah. This was, we started playing it a few years ago, just on Center City Comedy, and then, now look at us now. But you've been requested quite a good amount.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
a lot of people know
a lot of people know how trash I am and how garbage I am.
Yeah, I think that's kind of that's the thing with this episode for the listener out there. We know, talk about an easy win. This is
sometimes you need a gimme putt. You know what I mean?
This whole episode is just redundant.
Yeah.
Just having me on is.
This is every fight that Rocky had right before Clubber Lang. These are the setups right here.
It's a tune-up match.
No, and I'm being serious. I want you to be as open and honest because I know you're garbage, okay? Yes. But I have this vision in my head of what I think you grew up like and what you did. And I really want to know if what my fantasy meets the actual aren't you two kind of the same age too, Kevin?
I'm older than him. I'm 33. You're what?
I just turned 29.
Okay, yeah. So we're definitely in the same world, and we're almost the same person. No, we're almost the same person. Dude, like the skateboarding, the bands, the concerts, the fuck. Dude, we were. But sometimes when it's just me and Sagalow in the green room, we're like
smashing mailboxes and everything.
Yeah, the Suburban mischief and shit.
Oh
yeah, just wearing like Etnies sneakers and going to the mall and running away from security guards.
Listening to Yellow Card or whatever the fuck you were listening to. You gross me out. Like I can smell the sleepover sweat on you. That's what I want to hear about. Tell us a little bit about exactly where you grew up and how you grew up.
I grew up in a little place called Syosset. Have you heard of it? Okay. Alumni include...
Little town called Garbage, everybody.
It's actually not a bad town. Like it's actually very it's wealthy, and then there's like upper middle class, and then that's pretty much it. Like then there was a trailer park that nobody went to.
Dude, that's always we have a joke on here of like if you're in a trailer park in the in like a regular area, that's a tough trailer park. If you're the only trailer park, if you're in a neighborhood where there's a bunch of trailer parks, that's fine. But when you're the only one, that's the wrong side of the tracks.
Trailer park was right next to the Ralph's Italian Ices. So you'd see it every time you got Ralph's. It was the best.
That's a tough look, dude.
Did you ever hang out with anybody in there?
No, there was one kid, his name was Moses. He was the only black kid. He was a year older than me, and he lived there. But I never talked to him. I never not because he was black.
There was one black kid in your town. That was it. There's one black kid.
No, there was him and then this guy Camacho. I don't remember his first name. There was others, but it was. What are you trying to get me? I'm starting to sweat here, Foley. What are you trying to get me to say here, man?
I'm trying to paint a picture of how garbage your town is.
It's garbage in a sense where there was a lot of like emo kids and goth kids.
What did your parents do?
Both my parents were my parents are lawyers, but my mom retired at like 40.
Why?
So he stopped working. And my dad worked for AYG until the big, the recession of 2008. And so he quit. But he said he quit because they're criminals. But I think he quit because they weren't promoting him. After a couple of conversations with him, he was kind of like, I stood up for what was right for this country. And then after talking to him for a while,
and my bonus check bounced.
Promote me.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Why did your mother retire?
Because we had the money before the recession. We had the money for her to retire and just watch me and my sister. And then the recession hit. And then my mom should have went back to a job, but she never got a job till like 5 years ago.
As a lawyer.
She's a lawyer now. Yeah. But like for,
Razor
some
scooters
fucking firm or something.
Razor scooters.
Something real Long Island trash.
She's her own lawyer in a slip and fall case.
On the LIRR. That bathroom floor was wet, I tell you.
She walked into a wall.
Just like this courtroom's floor. Oh, whoa.
You all saw that. He pushed me.
She comes into it with one of those cones on.
The dog cones.
Yeah, but it is a dog cone. She couldn't afford the real cone.
They'll never know the difference.
That's on paper. That's pretty classy. Your father was an attorney for AYG.
White collar. That's good.
He's an educated man.
Yeah, he went to Georgetown University.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure. And then
he
for
must
law
be
school.
Disappointed in you.
Well, there was at one point a couple years ago, he was saying how proud of me he was. And then he went, there was a couple years where we thought you were gone. He said that. We were worried about you, kiddo.
I just picture him at like fucking Christmas. He's got his arm around. He's like, my boy writes for the roast of Rob Lowe. Well, not him directly, Dad, but he contributed to some guy who was writing.
You guys ever see St. Elmo's Fire? Get over here, Brendan.
Yeah, so
Oh.
he's a pretty educated guy, but he's a piece of shit too. So like my family is like they're trash, but they're like hidden trash. You know what I mean?
Sure.
You're middle class suburban trash.
Yeah, basically.
And that's see, I love that because
Yeah.
it was like a great upbringing and it was like fun, but you kind of knew in the back of your head that you were garbage.
Well, you don't even know until you leave. You know what I
That's
mean?
the thing. When you experience people that aren't garbage, you're like,
Yeah.
hey, what the fuck? You're like, that's what this whole podcast is, of being like, holy shit. Like, this
Yeah.
that
Hey, what are these
realization
green
moment.
things? They're peas. Oh my God.
Wait till mama hears about this.
I didn't even realize I was garbage until I talked to guys like you who were like,
Really? Wow.
you're like saying like you're like, oh, you must have loved Monster Energy. Yeah, what's wrong with that? Oh, you're
Oh, yeah. Yeah, dude, I do the do. What's up?
We had those like plastic black skateboard ramps. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, the launch
We-
ramps, the
We
plastic
skate on
launch
those all
ramps.
the time, but they were so bad because they were so light. You had to put like rocks on them or something. So
Mhm.
you'd be going down a hill to like go off of them, and the ramp
It
would
would-
push back instead of actually going on them, and then you'd fucking fall every time.
Mhm. All right.
Let's get into some questions here.
Let's
Didn't really
do
quite
it.
paint the picture of growing up, but we're going to get into it.
You
and
could ask
dig
more
into it.
questions.
Did you have any brothers and sisters?
I had an older sister. I have
How
an
much older?
sister. 3 years.
Why are you making that face?
Because I said I had an older sister.
Yeah, like she did.
Which could mean
She died in a
any-
launch ramp accident in the cul-de-sac.
She
My
moved to
mom's suing.
Kansas. She don't talk to me no more.
You know what was real trash, which we did a lot because they were building houses like in my area all the time, was steal wood from the construction site and
Sure.
then build a ramp with that wood. Like you're walking down the street with like a big piece of plywood,
Oh, yeah.
taking it to
My
the kid's
mom
house who has
once-
a hammer and nails and fucking go to town.
Yeah. Yeah. My mom once, when my first dog died, she told me I can make a half pipe in my backyard.
Oh, did you have the half pipe?
With stolen wood.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No. I
You
never
got to
made
steal
it.
the wood, though. I'm not stealing the wood for you. Rusty wasn't even a full-size dog. He was a pocket dog.
They're all different types and sizes of wood. It's like 2x4s and then thick.
Dude, that was there was always one kid in every town whose parents would let them buy or let them build a fucking half pipe in the backyard. And I remember it was this kid Brent, and I'm like, his parents must be insane. Like, this is crazy. My mom was
Oh,
like, you're not
yeah.
even going over there.
Dude, I had my friend Evan, my like first friend ever who lived around the block from me. He had a half pipe in his backyard. We would jump off of his roof into the pool and stuff. And he also had a half pipe in his basement. So it was like he built one in his basement. You just go down as this little. It was so cool, dude. It was
You
so
ever eat
rad.
over his house?
I did eat at his house.
And it was a different experience, wasn't it, than like a
I think
regular?
Sagalow ate at most houses he entered.
Yeah, they didn't even invite me. I was just eating in the corner.
No, but like that kind of kid, there's always something wrong with the family a little bit. Their
Yeah.
parents were a little off or something. It wasn't
Yeah,
a traditional
his-
household.
His dad was like a drunk, and his mom and his sister like divorced the family. Like his mom and his sister moved away and left him, his older brother, and his dad, because they all went to rehab together, I guess.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And his dad's name was Steve, and he who actually just asked my mom for money a couple of months ago.
What?
They haven't been talking, and he just fucking all of them are doing it, except for that kid Evan. Like his dad Steve asked for money. His older brother Ryan showed up to my house and like was like banging on the door, and my mom called the police. She like didn't answer the door.
Jesus
for him.
Christ.
It was like 1 a.m. Anyway, that was like my best friend growing up.
Sounds like a real straight shooter.
The dad asking for money. Ouch. Did she give the
How
dad the
bad
money?
is that? She didn't give him money. No,
What was the sum of money? Do you remember?
I don't know. I got to ask her about it, but it felt like it was something like $75. It could have been
Oh.
$75. It could have been 2,000.
2,000 is respectable. Hey, can I
Because
borrow
it means
$2
you
grand?
got it means you're hemmed up, and you're not just like nickel and diming somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If someone's like, yo, I need $68, and you're like, $68? Get out of here. Have some fucking respect and ask for a jihad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's asking for gas money from my mom.
All right, let's get into it here. Are you garbage? Our good pal, Mr. Brendan Sagalow. Brendan, we're going to ask you a series of questions to find out how much garbage you are. So
you
far,
are, in fact, Long Island trash.
yeah,
Yeah, Long Island
real sketchy. All right. First of
Okay.
all, Ralph's Italian Ice is fucking a Garbaggio. Okay.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
I feel like it's just somebody just stealing Slurpees and just dumping it in.
Making them a little bit colder.
Yeah. The rainbow ice was just 3 different colored ices
Yeah.
that they put together.
All right, let's kick it off. I
What
want to
do
do
you-
a couple of the basics with
Sure.
just because I'm curious. Growing up, you lived in a single family home, correct?
Yes. My parents separated when I was like
This answer's already dicey.
Oh my God, I think got
my
back together.
parents separated when I was like 12, but my dad lived there till I was like 18.
Oh.
Wait,
So,
are they married still now?
They're divorced now. It
okay.
took them till I was 25 to get divorced, and then my dad the next day married his girlfriend.
Jesus Christ!
Days of Our Lives garbage edition.
I know.
Yeah,
Maria, I love
Ron
you.
Sagalow
I love
on
you
this thing,
too,
man.
Jerry.
Wait, so your parents got divorced and then lived in the same house?
Yeah, my dad would sleep in my room, and then
What?
I would sleep.
Where would
in
you
the
sleep?
den.
With your mom?
Yeah, I'd sleep with my mom, and we'd
Everybody
fuck.
else was.
Apparently, Evan's old man was because he knew where to come for money.
I think Evan's whole family was trying to get a taste of it.
I would sleep in the den, and then eventually my dad.
If you call it the den, that's trash. Do you have a den, Foley?
A
It's
den?
living room, family room, not a den. A den sounds underground, dude.
The Flintstones had a den.
Yeah.
We're like hyenas.
Dude, if you're hanging out in a den, you're definitely smoking cigs inside.
Fucking the
My mom would
fantastic.
smoke cigarettes inside. Yeah.
In the den, dude, because the
In the
den is
den.
bad news. The den,
Yeah,
that's
den-
where they
den-
that's where they got Gaddafi in a den.
Oh, that's funny.
A den has like an open pit fire with like laundry in it or something like boiling.
Wait, Foley, what did you call them?
Called it the living room, the dining room, the kitchen. And we got a California split levels.
Dude, Foley's house is trash. Dude. Foley's house is underground at 3 different points.
It's like
you get it on the roof, you go underground, you come back up. It's like a fucking.
That's so
jigsaw
funny. You
puzzle.
guys are like gophers.
it's like the Alamo.
They're prairie dogging it all over the house.
Yeah. If you looked at from a side view of Foley's house, it's just a series of tunnels.
Yeah, if you get the cross section, it's like an ant farm. They're all burrowed in there.
They might have called it the den. I'm not 100% sure. It was definitely the basement. We called it the basement.
Well, that's one of those things that I didn't even know was trashy until this conversation right now.
I know. Yeah. What else? So what'd you call the rooms? Like the common rooms, the den.
Wait,
the
hold
living
on.
room?
I cannot move forward with this. Your parents separated when you were 12. They come down. They sit you and your sister down. They say, hey, we're getting separated, but we're going to live in the same house.
No,
So, Brendan, you got to give up your room at
Brendan,
age
you're
12.
in the den
my
with
dad,
the other critters.
my parents. So I went on this snowboarding trip with my buddy Matt,
Oh my god!
and I sprained my ankle like a day in. And my parents came to pick me up, and it was like in the Catskills. So it's like a 2-hour-ish drive, I think. And they told me as we were leaving the hotel that they're separating. Right. So I
That's something you wait till the end of the ride, until you're
wait
pulling
till
into the
end of
neighborhood.
ride. It was so annoying. I told them stuff like I wanted them to feel guilty. So I said, I'm going to be a bad kid. I said that to them.
Oh my God.
And I was sleeping. And then I woke up for a second because they were arguing in the front seat. And I figured out what they were arguing about, and what they're getting separated about is that my dad was talking to this other woman at work, like very closely, and he asked her if he should shave his balls for my mom. And he's like, I did it for you. I woke up to that. Him being like, I wanted to know for us, for you. And she's like, you don't ask another woman if you want to shave your balls.
Brendan, what the fuck?
Yeah, and I didn't even tell them I was up. I just sat in it.
I also like out of that whole story, Sagalow gets in the car. His parents give him, he's a 12-year-old fat kid. His parents give him the most devastating news that they're getting a divorce, and then he passes out and goes to bed. You couldn't have been that torn apart if you were like, oh, that sucks. And fucking sawing wood in the back seat.
Wait, did you ever find out if your dad did shave his balls or not?
I think he did.
Oh my god! Is that the woman? Is that the woman that he started that he ended up marrying?
No, this woman's name was Wendy, I think.
He definitely nailed that chick, though.
Maybe, but my mom. This want to hear something trashy? My mom and my sister left her a voicemail before they being like, "Stay the fuck away from my husband! You're ruining my family."
Rossi and 3C is a hooah. They're smashing the buttons out front of the apartment.
Dude, I forgot about that.
Oh my god, dude, that's a family level garbage. Your mom is garbage. That means your mom's mom was garbage. That's like a thing.
Yeah. the whole thing. The whole Long Island just breeds trash, dude.
Man, that Mayflower must have been stinky. There was a lot of trash on that thing.
I'm pretty sure. Oh man, I don't know if I should. I'm pretty sure my dad did cheat on my mom though, because I know for sure once
he brought some chicken to your room.
Yeah, shh, you gotta get out of here.
Hey, you little shit, go hit the den. I got a piece with me, all right?
You remember your dad's friend Stacy?
Yeah.
You remember Phyllis from work?
My mom, one time, my parents are arguing and they're screaming at each other one night, and me and my sister are like, just like in it. We're just in it. I remember us being in the den, listening to them fucking going at it. And we were always taking my dad's side for some reason. Like, he was always kind of like the good cop between them. So we were like, Mom, why are you like yelling at her? She goes, you want to know why I'm mad? Because your dad fucked a prostitute. And like said that to I was like 13 years old. And my mom screamed that at me. Yeah.
Jesus Christ, dude, that your family is fucked.
In the back of your head, you were like, all right, way to go, Dad.
Yeah, there you go.
Right?
Getting a little bit of strange. Dad, playing with the pros, I see. Good job. I didn't know you were a pro ball player.
So at 12, they get separated. Your dad moves into your bedroom, a boy's bedroom at the age of 12. I don't need to remind anybody. Theme. That's like the fortress of solitude.
Yeah.
So you got to get out of your room.
Yeah, and I slept in the den for a little bit, and then he started sleeping with my mom a little bit, like in the same bedroom, just whatever. I don't know.
Company Inc. I like it.
Company Inc.
Talk about DiGiorno, huh? Getting it at home.
That ain't delivery.
Fucking shave balls, chicks from work, getting back with the ex, taking your room. This guy's all right.
Yeah, man. He should be on the show. He's a good dude. But then after a while, like I started sleeping in my room for a couple years, and he would like go to hotels and stuff. And then when I was in college, he got an apartment in Jersey City. Dude, and I lived there for a little bit.
The fact that your dad was sleeping in hotels for extended periods of time is bad.
Yeah, that's rough, man.
Yeah.
I wouldn't just like rent a place for like $900 a month in Long Island.
Why did he move out when you were 12 when they said they were getting it separated?
I don't know, because he just wouldn't. Like, there would be some nights where he wouldn't be there, and he would just be like staying out at a hotel or whatever. I have no idea. And then some nights where he would stay and he'd sleep in my room, or he'd sleep in we had a guest room for a little bit. that was like my old room. And then when we built a part of the house, that's where
you guys had an addition.
We got an addition.
That's
Those
new
can
money
be real
stuff.
trashy.
Yeah, it depends. They got to be done. They can be nice, but they got to be done well. Otherwise, additions, you're like, did you just fucking glue this onto the side of your house?
I think it was good. It was good. It was like
now the kitchen's upstairs. You're like,
yeah, it's all like the washer's in one room, the dryer's in another. You're like, what the fuck is going on in here?
But yeah, eventually my dad moved to Jersey City.
That is a strange upbringing for to be that young, to be like 12, 13 in those formative years, to have all that going on, him living there like that. That's fucking. And then you improved on the house at some point during all that.
Well,
they probably refied. They probably got a good rate to refi and put money back in the place. You know.
Well, they would fight all the time, but they were trying to make it work. I think like let's make it work until, they go to college or whatever.
Well, this fat idiot gets out of the house. Get this kid out of our den.
That's why they built the fucking extension.
Was your mom dating during this
That's
time?
how trashy you are. You just called an addition an extension.
Oh, my bad. An extension.
Yeah, we're gonna get an extender on the house over there.
The real trashy move is to when the garage is attached to the house, to make the garage the new living room.
Yeah,
I know people that have done that.
You feel you're walking on concrete when you're walking it. Like I don't care how much padding and carpet you put down, when you step into a family room that was a garage, you know it.
Oh yeah. And there's like bugs everywhere and shit.
Yeah, there's cobwebs in the corner and shit. Yeah.
The lawnmower's still there.
I lived above the garage. My room was above the garage.
It gets cold in the winter. Those.
Quit bragging,
really
huh?
All right, let's get into some more questions. Jesus Christ, that unraveled into fucking.
Love it.
I'm telling you,
shit.
it's all gonna be like that.
Okay. Speaking of, let's get these out of the way. Speaking of garages, did you? So you had a garage. Did you have a garage? Was there a refrigerator in that garage?
No, and that's the one that I was thinking of when I was like, oh, I know that they ask if there's a fridge in your garage, and I didn't have one.
Wow. So just one fridge in the whole house.
If there was, somebody
what
was
I did
sleeping
have
in it.
though? I just remembered there wasn't a fridge, but there was a bunch of like waters and stuff, just like that was our storage for drinks, but with no fridge.
Okay.
So there'd be that.
Remember in the summer, every once in a while,
that's a weird level of trash, but yeah.
In the summer, a warm soda would hit the spot. You know what I'm talking about? Like a cold grape soda or a warm grape soda?
No, dude. It felt like it burned your mouth when it was like, if you pulled it out of the garage in August, it was like fucking hot to the point where it would singe the top of your mouth like pizza.
My mom would keep her True Blue 100s in the garage. She had like cartons of it, so I would steal those from the garage.
If you're buying a carton, that's game set. If you're buying a carton and calling your husband's mistress, that's fucking trash.
Wait, would the True Blues, are the True Blues the ones that had like that, like it was like a crosshair in the filter?
Yeah, I think so. Where it was like it kind of had like a Newport-y kind of feel to it in the filter, or something. I don't remember. They were long white cigarettes that were like gross.
She smoked
one of the older
100s?
kids, when I was smoking them because I was young, he said he said that I was smoking old lady cigarettes.
It's like, yeah, whatever, dude. I'm fucking 11. Get the fuck out of my face. Take what I can get at this age.
Yeah.
I'm not walking through the fucking outlet, the tobacco outlet.
Old lady cigarettes.
All right. I got to follow up to that. Did that garage have a garage door opener?
It did. Yeah, it did.
Nice.
One in the car, and then one right on the side of it where
the combination.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember when those things dropped. We got one. I was like, dude, what do we work for, NASA? What the fuck is this?
Dude, the numbers would always the numbers that you press would always like rub
Fade.
off. So anybody could find out what the combination is if you just went through all four combinations like 1,000 times.
Yeah.
It's like 2 4 1 2 1 4 2 4.
Yeah.
You guys had that? You had the garage lock where you put in the code?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Wow. We had a garage door opener, like a remote one, but
You
There
didn't
was
have
no-
no. When the combo came out in like the mid '90s, like the flip up and you go bop 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 bop
Yeah.
enter.
Yeah.
Woo!
Oh,
Now-
it's the best.
I literally
No
felt
more
like an
carrying
astronaut.
around keys.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I got the code. Oh, you got the code? Oh, he knows the code. You know the code.
Yeah.
That's rich
Mhm.
kid shit right there.
Yeah, that was middle class America right there, baby. All right, Foley, what do you got?
You said that you had mentioned earlier in the broadcast that you were in a musical group
Yes.
in high school.
I was in a
What was the
three-piece pop punk band called Toxic Toast.
Oh my god.
And
Get this guy out of my office.
and we actually played shows. We played like VFWs and shit. And like I wanted to be Billy Joe Armstrong / Tom DeLonge. That was like my dream.
Well, you had the broken home, the fucking catapult you to rock success.
Yeah.
When did you form this super group?
It was me, Ted Nugent.
Yeah.
We were 17 till about 18. So it was like
it was no reunion tour.
Hell of a run, I tell you that.
best new artist.
You know what?
Toxic Toast.
Joey got married, if you know what I'm saying.
This guy released his first album and his best of in the same week.
We had a house party at my buddy Luke's, who was the drummer of the band, and in the middle of the house party, we were like planning to have a show. So we told everybody like, go into the backyard, we're gonna have a show, and we were just fucking awful, and it was like maybe the worst experience for everybody to have to watch.
My
I
skin
have pictures
is
from
crawling
that
thinking
night.
about it. Yeah, thinking about
Oh,
you.
yeah.
Like you did your hair too, how you wanted it to be
Oh,
done.
of course.
Like the certain
at that point,
spikes or whatever.
I was wearing a black bandana around my head, like where my hair would come out, but it was like this, you know?
Yeah, like the flat along the front.
Yeah.
What
yeah.
instrument did you play in the band?
Lead guitar, baby. And
Lead guitar. Well, I mean, lead guitar.
There's no
it was
other
guitar.
guitar.
There was a three piece. There was no
Yeah,
no
so
rhythm
I played
section.
guitar, and I was the lead singer.
Classically trained, I assume.
Well, I was really trying to be like Tom DeLonge, where I'd be like whining while I'm singing.
Do you remember a name of one of your songs?
Yes, one of them was.
What would you say would be your guy's biggest hit?
What was your biggest commercial hit today?
What was our single?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God, I was also in a
I actually
band.
forgot the name of it. It was like Max Knew the Name was one of the names of it. Max Knew the Name.
Max Knew the Name.
Yeah, not a bad name for a song, but the song had nothing to do with anyone named Max or anything. We were just like, let's name it this. Like, it
That's
has
what's
nothing
artsy
to do
about it.
with The song, what?
That's what's artsy about it. I like that.
Yeah, right. Artsy. Sure.
I'm being serious.
Yeah.
The first song I wrote was called Sunny Day.
Well, I would like write songs about my girlfriend at the time and stuff and like sing it to her. One time I called my girlfriend's phone and it went to voicemail and I sang her Wonderwall while playing guitar.
Man.
That's cringeworthy. When I was in a band, my buddy.
Hold on. Were you dating the chick from your dad's work at this point?
Yeah, I was like, Wendy, this is for you.
What were you gonna say, Kip? I'm sorry.
I was in a band and my buddy came out. We were like, 13 or 4. I don't even know how old we were, 15. And he came down. He's like, yeah, my uncle gave me some like a box of his old records and stuff. And like, I found a journal in there. I think there's some lyrics we can use. He said we could use them. I'm like, oh, okay. I open it up. And he's like, these are actually really good. And I look at him and it says we're two lost souls swimming in a fishbowl year after year. He's like, you think we can use that? I'm like, I think somebody already has the rights to that one, you fucking jerk off.
Plagiarizing dirtbag uncle.
Yeah, right. I'm like, your uncle tried to pawn that off as him?
That's
Mink
so
Lloyd.
funny. Dude, read these lyrics that my uncle came up with.
I know. I don't know
Have
who
the
was lying.
time to
The
listen
uncle
to me whine.
All right.
Oh, man.
Have you ever been, or anyone in your family ever been considered a juggalo or a jiggalette?
Yeah, I mean, I get people calling me a juggalo to this day still, but
Really?
I hate the Insane Clown Posse, or at least I did, because I was a big Eminem fan.
At least their
Still-
newer
still am.
stuff.
They sold out, dude.
Once they stopped doing PCP at their shows, they really sold out. Okay, so you never actually participated.
No, I
But-
didn't like that kind of music.
I would assume this has to be a yes, based on the history that you've laid out in front of us, the lineage. Have you ever had a sexual encounter with a jiggalette? You've had to have slept with one.
No, I didn't even know one in high school. I had no idea.
Yeah, they didn't get into all the circles. That's like a real Midwest weird stuff, I think.
Is
yeah,
it?
I don't
Yeah.
think that's a Long Island thing.
It's definitely not like a Philly, New York, like
No.
Northeast. Yeah.
It's not very
I don't
East
think
Coast
so.
to like the Juggalos.
Yeah, it's real Midwest.
Yeah.
That's where like the meeting of the Juggalos is or whatever. It's always like out in like Detroit or something.
Would you
That's
go to concerts in the summer, like outdoor concerts, like
Yeah,
shitty
I went to
festivals?
like Warped Tour and everything, and like
Yeah, you did.
Hey, kid still wears Vans. What are you talking about? Of course he went.
I had
to
a
fucking
great Warped Tour. It was No Effects, 2009, No Effects, Flogging Molly, Big D and the Kids Table, Anti-Flag, Bad Religion.
It's pretty
fucking- That's a really good.
And all the Mountain Dew Code Red you can drink, baby. The Warped Tour.
good. All right, I got one. Anybody in your house or anybody in your extended family ever live on a houseboat?
No.
All right,
No.
that's a bad look. If you end up
That-
on water, if you can't get on land, you know you fucked up somewhere.
Yeah, no, that never happened. I didn't even know anybody that owned a boat
Okay.
or anything like that.
How do you feel about the rotisserie chicken from the supermarket? Because I got to tell you, before you answer, we're two big fans over here.
I'm a
Garbage.
huge fan of the rotisserie chick.
A
love
roto
that
chick,
chicken.
baby. Get
The
me a
steak's in my
roto.
fridge right now.
Whee!
In-
Now we got a podcast, ladies and gentlemen. Come on. Talking about that
I
roto.
love-
I
with the little
love a-
string that you ever suck the string?
I mean, no, but Foley floss.
You never did that? You take the string off and then you go, you just kind of lick it up.
No,
Man.
Foley of you.
Not that I would admit publicly.
God damn. Foley uses it in his shoes.
Dude, I don't know.
I make a belt. 45 chickens.
I don't know what they put in that fucking roto, but that thing and it's like $6. $6
It's
out the door.
so-
You got a whole
dude.
chicken.
We would buy that like when me and my friends were driving around Long Island and shit, and we were like, I'm hungry. We would just go to the supermarket, buy that, and like eat it in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Wow,
Man,
that's
they're-
real. Have some
While
respect.
skating.
Get a taquito or something.
Can't
Kids
be,
eating
can't be riding a
rotos.
skateboard with a rotisserie chicken.
If I was like an old man and I walked through the parking lot of a supermarket and saw two kids eating a fucking rotisserie chicken in the parking lot, like goddamn country's going to hell. Tell you that. Brendan, have you ever worn a T-shirt or do you still wear a T-shirt in the pool? If we went swimming right now, would you be wearing a T-shirt? If we went, if we threw a party at Astoria Park and rented out the pool, and there was a bunch of female comics there and a bunch of people, would you swim in your T-shirt?
No, I wouldn't because I not that
Wouldn't
I'm
go in the
comfortable
water.
with my body, but
I just
I'm
got
more-
to give the excuse. I just got out of the shower. I just did my hair. I just did my hair.
yeah, I wouldn't even get in the pool. I would show up to the pool in jeans.
Yeah.
I just brushed my teeth. I can't.
No, but I did that for a couple of years where like couple summers I was going into the pool with my shirt on.
I would say I've done it before too.
That reminds me, little known fact about Brendan Sagalow. Brendan, one of the questions on our garbage would be, do you have any tattoos? Which you do have tattoos. And I think it's no secret that the trashiest tattoo that you have is you have a tattoo of a famous author on your chest, correct?
Technically, yes.
I'm aware. And this is what makes you 100% garbage.
I don't think I knew this one.
He
I
has
have Hunter S. Thompson, but it's actually from the cover of Fear and Loathing, the movie.
Johnny
So
Depp.
it's actually Johnny
Oh
Depp.
my God.
Do you have a tattoo of somebody famous? Do you have a tattoo of the actor who played somebody famous in a movie?
Yes, I do. I
That's
have
hard
Johnny
garbage
Depp
right
playing
there.
Hunter S. Thompson on my chest,
Jesus, I didn't know that. That's
right next to my heart.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. When he said author, I thought you had like R.L. Stein or somebody. J.K. Rowling.
Got a Longfellow on his dick.
Man.
Have you ever vandalized in the name of skateboarding?
Yeah.
I got ski or die, bro.
Yeah, I got suspended from middle school for a week because I drew the independent Iron Cross in the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, the Iron Cross was banned from my school because it was like a Nazi symbol, but I only knew it as the skateboard company. So I like stood up against the man, and I would be drawing it on everything, and I drew a huge one in the bathroom, a huge Iron Cross in the bathroom, and then I got suspended for 6 weeks. Not 6 weeks, 1 week. I got suspended for 6 weeks in high school.
A lot of time in the den, huh? A lot of time in the den.
A lot of time in the den. That's going to be the name of my memoir.
3 weeks in the den. They slide your food in under the door.
Go ahead, Kip.
All right, I got a couple of food questions. Growing up, did your mom make crescent dinner rolls?
No, I don't even know what that is.
Any Pillsbury products that you would pop out of that can and make?
Make that.
No, my mom wouldn't cook. We would get delivery almost every night.
Oh, that's trashy.
Or my mom would microwave a hamburger patty with cheese on it for me.
Wait, a raw hamburger patty?
She'd take it from the fridge and she'd put it on a plate, and then she'd put the plate in the microwave with cheese on it, and she'd microwave it for like 2 minutes, and then give that to me.
Damn, they should have took you guys away from them.
No, dude.
I'm not gonna lie.
No,
I feel
yeah.
bad.
Somebody should have intervened at some point. What the hell's going out? What's going on out in Long Island?
I thought that was normal. I tried to do it for my
Microwave
friend.
burgers? That's not normal.
Yeah, my friend came over and I said, "Do you want a burger?" And I put it in the microwave, and he wouldn't eat it.
I would have left. That's why Evan's asking for money.
What happened to your friend Kevin? He doesn't call me anymore. He doesn't answer my calls.
Did your family growing up? Did you guys have a window unit AC? Was there any window units sticking out of the sack?
No, we had a real AC, like one that was. I have a window AC right now. Though.
Yeah,
I got two of them.
Dude, I just had this conversation last night. You can have, I don't care what fucking central air system you got. You got a small room and a window unit cranking on fucking 60. Dude, nothing gets colder than that, dog.
Buddy, it's the best, man. The best. I keep it running when I sleep.
Oh, it shuts you out of the world too. That's the best.
It's a coldness down to the bone, dude.
Smell the Freon in the air.
Oh man, and like they get, dude, and it's all. I only put it on the highest thing at the lowest temperature. They give me the remote. I fucking throw it out. I snap it in half. I'm like, I'm never gonna need this.
Oh yeah, I just leave it on fucking 55 going.
Just fucking crushing it. All right, this one I got. This is, so I spend a lot of time with my family. My family, as the more time I spend with them, are fucking pure Philly trash. Like pure fucking uncultured, unadulterated Philly trash. When you Thanksgiving dinner, right? You go to Thanksgiving dinner, you have it, whatever. Is there ketchup on the table at Thanksgiving?
Ooh.
Oh, no, there's not.
Is there anything on the table? Let's start there.
There's a microwave turkey.
With cheese on it.
Microwave turkey.
And we put it in 6 weeks ago.
Oh, shit.
Dude, my cousin puts ketchup on Thanksgiving dinner.
Oh,
That's so gross.
That's trash.
Ah,
On
that's
what? The turkey?
On just all over the top, like it's fucking salt and pepper. She don't
Oh
care.
my god.
It's a
that
girl?
sucks.
It's a girl.
Oh, what does this bruiser look like? I gotta get a fucking picture. What's she running about? A deuce and a quarter? What do we got here? I gotta see this Bucks County 3 that you got coming over to your house on fucking
Oh my
Thanksgiving.
God.
No, I've never seen it. They were talking about it on the beach. I was like, what the fuck? Ketchup
Jesus
on
Christ.
Thanksgiving dinner. You should be.
Sounds like
Oh
a
my
keeper. I don't know.
Yeah, she seeing anybody or
It'd be really bad if it was ketchup packets.
yeah,
Brings her own.
undoing it with your teeth.
I have a question too, but I want to know what was your mom's go-to delivery? Oh my god, on a school night, I couldn't.
Sagalow grew up just
imagine.
eating soggy fries every night.
Yeah, pizza and Peking Kitchen, the Chinese place around the block from us, was huge. I would have
man.
I would just always come home after school to spare ribs and rice combo. And
Every
stuff.
night was Friday night at the Sagalow's house.
Yeah, it was brutal.
I got another food one. This is real telling. I found out just from my own personal experience of looking back when I first had this experience. Very telling of how trashy a family is. When, if ever, was the first time you've had lobster? If ever.
I had it once. At my friend Sam's house. Once. It was leftovers that his dad brought home. And he gave it to my buddy Sam, and I was like, "Can I have one?" I hated it, dude.
Oh God!
That's
dude.
what poor kids say.
Oh, I hate it.
To save
I
your
hate
feelings.
nice
I
things.
don't even like it. Not good.
I think I'm allergic to BMWs.
You still have the
dude.
claw hidden under your pillow.
I didn't have
Wait.
lobster till I was 32 years old. Was the first time I had lobster.
Oh, that was always the trashy move at the Foley house. When there was ever New Year's Eve, Pop would go out, couple of lobsters, some mussels, a little shrimp, get a little
Yeah,
crab boil
He would
going.
be in the Delaware River catching them, though. It was a little different. He wasn't buying them.
The lobsters were screaming before you put it in the boiler.
Yeah, man. We were a crab family. Crabs is a whole nother story. I mean, because they're about
Dude, we didn't
nickel.
eat
They're a
any
nickel a
seafood.
pop.
We had sushi a lot.
That's
pretty
not
classy.
bad.
Yeah, it was all right. Like the sushi rolls where it comes in that plastic thing with that fake grass, you know,
Mhm.
Yeah.
that strip of green, whatever that is.
That's at least, I mean, that's better than chicken nuggets and applesauce or whatever.
Well, that was there as well. So
Dude, I love some. I had some Purdue fucking nuggets shaped like the dinosaurs over the weekend.
oh, yeah.
Ooh, because they were making
Love
them for the kids. Good night.
Sags, did you guys have a pool?
Yeah, we had a above ground pool
Nice.
Of course
in
I
the
did.
shape of it was just a circle. Like it was
Okay.
the worst. I think we talked about this where like the only fun that you can have in this thing is running along the sides of it
The
and trying to
whirlpool.
create a whirlpool.
Mhm. Whirlpools were fun though.
Yeah, it was like if you tried to bring like a thing to lay on, it would take up most of the pool. So you would
Yeah.
just be in the center, just floating,
Hitting
not
the
moving
wall,
anywhere,
yeah.
just floating on it.
Not the big boy at the Foley house. Kippy got to look at that thing. You
Yeah,
didn't
this
know
is
what
how
to do.
trashy Foley is. Foley's above ground pool is like almost Olympic size.
Really?
Dude, it's like
A lot of
it's-
Bethlehem steel in that puppy, I'll tell you that.
Dude, it's like a regular size pool, but above ground.
You still have it? My
Oh,
parents
yeah.
got rid of it.
No, still rocking and rolling. Club Foley. Fucking come on down.
That's crazy, dude.
In your backyard, did you have an electric bug zapper?
No, but we should have because one of the windows was infested with wasps. It would just be like,
Wasps?
yeah, wasps.
That's a
You
bad
couldn't,
look.
like,
What,
yeah,
every year?
yeah. It's hard to describe, but there's like a window into the kitchen, and then there was like a little hole on the outside of it, and you just see wasps fly in there. So it's like you can hang out in the backyard as long as you don't bother the wasps.
Yeah. You got to let them know.
We're
you're
not talking
out
about
there.
the neighbors, huh?
Yeah.
Did you have who cut the grass? Was it you and your dad, or did you have a
No.
service?
Landscapers.
Okay, that's admirable. That's admirable.
There
But you
go.
are garbage. That is you got money for the landscaper,
I know. This is where
but you can't get a hot meal.
Exactly.
And they're
This is where
fucking and they're separated. He's living in your room. That is insane.
I know. It's my trashiness is very subtle. It's you have to put the pieces together like a math problem. So it's like we can afford.
I don't know
landscapers.
how subtle it is. You look like you're broadcasting from a shower right now.
You thought you were rich, didn't you, Sags? You thought you guys had some money, which you probably did.
No.
They probably did, but
We
they were eating
did.
it out every night. That's quiche. If you're ordering
did.
fucking 4 entrees a night from Peking Duck.
For sure. We had money. We went to Disney World every year.
Oh,
That's
that's right. That's such a
uncultured
thing.
trash, yeah.
And,
Did you ever go to a wax museum as a family?
yeah. We went to the wax museum in Paris when I was 9.
You went to a wax You went to Paris and ended up in a wax museum? Oh, dude. There's nothing else in Le Paris that you end up in a fucking wax museum standing next to Danny DeVito. What are you doing?
Hey, is there a Dorney Park Europe over here I can get these kids into? You fucking a wax museum in Paris, France. Not Notre Dame, not the Eiffel Tower, not the
Louvre,
Champs-Élysées, the Louvre.
We went to Madame Tussauds, so that was kind of French.
No, there's one on 43rd Street. What are you talking about?
Next to a Dave and
Dude,
Buster's.
you could have taken the Long Island Railroad to the fucking wax museum. Yet you do it in fucking the most beautiful city in the world.
Oh, that's so funny.
All right, I think I only got one more for you.
I mean,
Okay.
where do we go from here? I mean, what the fuck?
So what do you assume? Am I trash or is it still we're still on the fence about it?
I got 2 more. Okay. Growing up, did you ever have one of the following: a remote control boat or a remote control helicopter?
Oh, I had a remote control helicopter.
Oh my
Yeah.
Did it
God.
ever
Or-
work properly?
No, it broke after like a couple days, but
Yeah.
we also had those like science experiment rockets that you would shoot. Do you remember?
Oh,
Do you
with the
remember
little
you get
engines.
the park? Yeah, the little thing go, and then you'd
Yeah.
have to like chase it or something.
Yeah, you want to hear a real nerd story? I was in the Rocket Club one time in elementary school.
Wow.
We stayed
Wow.
after
Ladies, huh?
We stayed after to launch rockets like a couple of fucking zeros.
After this, we're all going to the Wawa.
All right, I got one more for you, buddy. Growing up, this is kind of like new money trash. Did you have in the 90s or 2000s? Did you have premium cable channels?
Yeah, we had like
Yeah.
DirecTV and stuff.
You
See,
had
I
a
could
dish
see that.
though.
Yeah, we had the dish.
Oh, dish is bad.
Whose
Doesn't
window
matter.
was that hanging off?
I
of?
don't care. I don't care what premium package you have. If it's coming through a satellite dish, you can
We had the
keep 'em.
dish. Yeah, the satellite sucked. Every time it rained, it would like you couldn't watch TV or anything like that.
Yeah, and you couldn't follow the local weather because you didn't get local news channels, so you never knew when it was going to rain.
Yeah, and we got like
That was a
we
bit
get
Foley
like
was
pay per
working on.
view and stuff, but we wouldn't buy it. But it was just there.
Dude, fucking yeah, that's new money. That's what somebody gets, and they're like, "This is the new technology. Drill this
Yeah.
on the side of my house."
Oh man,
The
my
fuck
family
outta
is
here.
still to that day like new money. Got to get the thing that's new. Got to
Mm-hmm.
get like my mom always gets the new iPhone. If a new iPhone comes out, she's got it, and she does the same thing. She'll say it the same way. I got the new iPhone. She'll say it just like that.
She's got nothing to live for.
My kids are malnourished, but I got the new iPhone. How many nights a week would you say did you guys used to eat at the table? Like would you try to you'd eat in front of the coffee table? In front of the TV?
No, I ate standing up at the at like the how do I describe this thing?
Island.
It's like the like a tabletop, but it wasn't a table. You know, like
A
where the
counter.
drawers are and everything
And yeah, counter.
by the sink.
A counter.
The counter, yeah. I would with and we had a TV in the kitchen, like a little one.
Oh, TV in the kitchen.
The TV in the kitchen.
Wow.
Yikes. I mean, I knew it was bad. I didn't know it was this bad.
So I would watch that, and I'd watch like Bernie Mac show or Simpsons or whatever, and eat Chinese food.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
Jesus.
we never ate at the table together. Really,
Has your mother ever bummed a cigarette off of you?
she bummed one off of my friend Luke.
Oh.
Hey, Luke, you got another one of those for me?
She
Let me
used to
get
bum
one
off
more. I
of
got a
me
long
all the
ride
time.
coming up.
Dude, we always thought that was so cool. We were like, oh, hell
That's
yeah,
because you're
Mom.
trashed. I thought the same thing. And now as you get older, you realize that's fucking garbage.
Yeah, that is real garbage, dude.
If you think it's cool that your mom's bumming a cigarette off a child, you're fucking trash, dude. Ain't no two ways around it. That is garbaggio.
Have you ever stolen weed from your parents?
No, my parents didn't smoke.
My next question was, did your mom ever steal weed from you? That's where I was going with it.
Don't know about that. Maybe she did. I bet she
What?
did.
Couple bags, a little light.
She would steal like my bowls to keep away from me, but
Oh, okay. Now she's parenting. Okay, we see where the line is. All right, fair enough. Okay.
yeah.
What else you got, Kip? You got anything else?
That's it, buddy. I'm out.
I want to see if I have one more for Mr. Sagalow. Oh, and this is kind of a moot point, but have you ever used spray-on deodorant?
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Of course, dude. The extreme one. Remember extreme where the it would point up, and Bam Margera was the spokesperson for it.
Bam Margera
no.
could have sold you just about anything, couldn't he?
He could have. He could have told me to kill my parents, and I would have done it.
Did you ever think about trying to create your own show like that?
Oh yeah, me and my friends filmed shit like CKY all the time. We would like throw ourselves in shopping carts.
Dude, if you got a hold of a shopping cart as a teenager in the suburbs right around Jackass was out, somebody was breaking something for sure.
Yeah, dude. We would have our own little thing mixed with skate videos, but we're like bad skaters, so it's like us jumping on a curb or whatever, and then it would go to me like pretending to fall like with a milkshake or something. It was brutal.
I'd love to get my hands on those puppies.
Me too,
That
dude.
archival footage.
I got
We
some
called
of
it
those floating around.
SDA, stupid dumbass.
MTV wasn't going for it. Unbelievable.
Yeah, I know, right? That and Toxic Toast. What could have been, you know?
Can you believe we didn't get greenlit?
Oh, man. Who would have thunk?
One of my absolute favorite people. We work together a lot. We take rides home together a lot. We ride home together. We have a fun time. I absolutely love you to death. Mr. Brendan Sagalow, ladies and gentlemen, just pure, like, this is what I wanted. Like, this is just trash. It's just trash. It's beautiful American garbage.
Well, I appreciate it, guys. I love you both very much. And I've been wanting to get on this show for a minute to talk about my fucking life.
And I got to be honest, it did not disappoint.
No,
okay?
I'm literally, I thought I had an idea, but man, that fucking blew me away.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, the two things, the craziest two things to me is you slept in the den, whatever. And then you went to a fucking wax museum in France. That's insane.
Yeah.
That's like going to New York. That's
McDonald's.
like going to fucking New York from Poland and going to watch a movie or something.
My dad would have had to fight me to get my room at 12 years old. I don't know. I would have fought him.
Well, I also had.
Was there like that sad Saturday morning where you're like taking your posters down, like getting like you got fired from a job,
but
like you have your stuff in a box?
Well,
here, hold on. Let me give my theory. I think he wanted that a little bit because that's not what he was. He wanted like the delinquent, the angst of like, I don't even have a room. I sleep on the fucking couch and like, because I'm gonna be a fucking punk rocker and like, punk rockers don't have themed bedrooms. You know what I mean? Punk rockers sleep on the fucking couch and do whatever they want.
Well, like the thought of my parents getting divorced made me go, oh man, everybody's going to be giving me attention. And I'm going to be this cool kid with like a divorced parent, you know? Like I looked forward to the pain.
Of course.
Next thing you know, you're out talking to the wasps.
So what are you doing later?
Holy
Also, too,
shit.
I wanted to say this. We worked right before the everything, right before Corona broke. Me and you worked together. My last weekend working really was at
Levity
Live with Paul Verzi. And we were driving. This is how ingrained and trash he is. We get to the toll, which is $16, and he goes, "Oh man, $16 for the toll. That's expensive." And then just turned his head and didn't even reach for his fucking wallet to give me any money. He literally went, "Oh man, they're charging you $16 for the toll. Oh, that stinks."
Well, where I'm from, you're driving, you're paying that toll.
Oh, yes, no, I did, obviously. I mean, you weren't reaching. If it was up to you to pay, we'd still be standing there.
Wait,
I think you're also making more money than me that weekend.
Yeah, this is Inside Baseball, but who hosted and who featured?
I think I hosted.
He hosted, I featured, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Kevin should pay the toll.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rich guy. Plus, you got the cash, too. This kid's sleeping in the fucking den. Have a little fucking sympathy for him.
God, man. 10 kids are bad kids.
I keep sending letters to Bam Margera for help, but he's not getting back to me.
Yeah, he's on a rough paper route, that one.
Sags, is there anything you want the gang out there to know that they might not already know? Where can we find you? Might not
already know. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Brendan Sagalow. Listen to my podcast, Garbage Days. It has nothing to do with what you guys are doing, but same word. And then I have another podcast called What's the Scenario? It's a Patreon exclusive podcast. So if you want to check that out, that'd be great.
With
that's
former
Feeney,
guests.
With Feeney and Mike Cannon.
Yeah. And we ask each other questions like what ifs and what would you do and scenarios and stuff like that. And it's really fun.
Yeah, I probably should have said those for your intro. I don't know why I went with
Yeah, you said a lie that I put on my bio.
writer for joking off.
Well, that's real. That's
real.
I like that you use Rob Lowe because that's like right there in the middle. That's not going to raise any questions from anybody.
Yeah,
no one's gonna double check that.
Yeah. Who would lie about Rob Lowe?
I did get one of my jokes on just one joke is on the roast. So
there you go.
You
wrote on it. There you go.
You weren't hired by them, but you wrote on it.
Oh yeah. I bet even the person who said my joke didn't even know I wrote it. Because I gave it to someone.
You gave it to a writer then who gave it to them. Yeah. Yeah. It's the way this game works, baby.
Man, it keeps getting sadder and sadder as the episode goes on, doesn't it, folks? Ladies and gentlemen, come on. Our good pal, Mr. Brendan Sagalow. Brendan, thank you so much. Kippy, anything you want the folks out there to know?
If you haven't already, please make sure you rate, review, subscribe on iTunes. Also, full video available on YouTube. You can check it out there. A lot of people commenting and stuff like that. Also, Patreon, if you haven't already, you can join the Patreon. That thing is starting to get cooking. We just started this week, and we're halfway to our first goal of 100 patrons. And at 100 patrons, we will go to Foley's fucking parents' house and do a garbage-style MTV Cribs, and I am going to turn that place the fuck out.
Dude, fuck yeah, man.
Dude, I'm going to fucking demolish that thing.
I was there this week looking around just thinking like, oh, man, he's going to fucking kill me for these.
They can't be there when I do that, by the way. I'm not having your dumb mom and dad look at me while I trash their life.
My dad's sitting in his Parkinson
chair. Dad is going to get a shotgun after hearing you fucking bust his house's balls all day.
Yeah, I'll send them out to fucking, Red Lobster or something for the day.
Panda King. Where were you eating? What was the name of the Chinese place?
Peking Kitchen.
That's
Which I tried to get a job at when I was 15. I gave them I asked for an application and they laughed in my face.
Yeah. Remember that, having to go to a place to ask for an application? You gotta get an application?
Yeah.
And the kid would just be like, I don't want to work with you. No, we're not hiring.
Oh, man. Guys, thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, buddy, thank you, man. This was so much fun. We appreciate you. We'll see you soon, buddy. Thank you.
All right. Later.
Later, pal.